Hello. Welcome back. Hold on. I've got a craving. Nothing like a nice bowl of mushroom stew in the morning. Hello and welcome back. I'm Only a Ghost, and I'm really excited for this episode. I have a new microphone. I'm hoping that it works and maybe sounds better. I don't know. We're gonna see. We're gonna test drive this. We're gonna see how this goes. There's a whole lot to do today, and I'm very excited. So I'm just gonna get right into it. The very first thing I had to take care of was getting a silk touch tool for this project and for future projects. It's gonna create so many more possibilities with the mushrooms, so it had to be done. And it took me way too long. After, I'm moving on to transforming our little water pit into a well. I finally built a well. I feel like I've been wanting to do this since day one. I put that water in the ground and I was like, that's gonna be a well. And now I finally have a well design. I'm happy with it. It looks so cute. I love it so much. This well is gonna act as a central branching off point for like the entire little town that I'm constructing here. You can see I put a really rough outline of where different paths will lead to. So there's going to be one branching out back to the back entrance of the mine. There's going to be one branching out to this side of the island and over here. Some things to come in the future. And then of course, a path over to the mushroom shed, connecting over up into the enchanting tower, which will then eventually wrap around to the mine. Time for a stew break. Good stew. Let's definitely take a step back and take a look at this well design. I'm really proud of it. It's the first time I've been able to use mangrove wood and mud blocks. I decided I wanted to start incorporating mud blocks. I think it's really fitting. It goes well with mangrove and with spruce alike. I realized that it doesn't really make sense that there's moss growing on the cobblestone, since like this is all mycelium and there's not any grass over here yet. But hey, I love the look of mossy cobblestone. So while I was collecting resources, a couple of wandering traders came by and I decided to purchase some of their goods. One of them had melon seeds and the other one had sea pickles. And I've made the silliest mistake because I forgot that sea pickles only grow on coral blocks. So I got really excited because I was like, well, I can't have green dye because I haven't got cactus yet, but I can get lime dye from sea pickles, but I don't have any coral blocks. So I'm a little bit sad now. I have to admit. I'm a little disappointed in myself. But hey, at least at some point, I can grow watermelons. Alright, the next thing on today's list is going to be upgrading and organizing the pathways, along with some custom tree building, which I'm simultaneously very excited and very nervous to experiment with. So let's get into it. For the paths, I tried to keep in mind the idea of foot traffic. where the most walked on parts would be, the most packed down dirt. And that's shown by the path blocks, which are a single pixel lower than all the other blocks, so it makes it look more packed down. The less frequently but still trampled on ground wouldn't have as much growth of the mycelium, but it also wouldn't be as compressed as the path blocks. So that's where the coarse dirt and the gravel comes in. Loose rocks and less growth. I also used a couple different types of stone as steps going up hills and down pathways. After the paths, I moved on to custom built trees. I took inspiration from pine trees, but I don't actually remember why I chose pine trees. It must have been something to do with the fact that I keep using spruce wood, along with the contrast that the spruce leaves and the bright oak leaves provide the dark bark color compared to the light stem color of the mushrooms. I'm really happy with the contrast that the pine tree idea brings. I just spent my last emerald on moss. Moss. When I tell you I was so excited to use my last emeralds on moss, it's probably one of my favorite blocks. There's so much that it gives. Yes, it gives azalea and that sort of stuff, but I also just mean it gives so much lush feeling to anything you add it to. Whether you add it to a roof or you add it to more plants, it just brings that much more level of life to your build. So I got very excited to have the proper blocks and not just the carpets available to me. So, here we are. New paths, new trees, new life to our mushroom island. One of my favorite additions to the trees that I decided on was putting down mud blocks and rooted mud and moss carpets along with some other stuff around the base of the trees. It makes the trees feel like they're properly rooted into the ground and not like they're a stake sticking out of the dirt or something like that. I felt it when I first put the well in. The space feels so much more lived in. But now with the trees and the defined paths, it feels so scenic. There's so much character and life, and it's just so much more cohesive than it was before. It just makes me so excited and happy to do more. There's so much life, and there's so much more to do. Alright, that's gonna be all for today. I really hope you enjoyed bringing more life to the island with me. I had so much fun putting the ideas together and finally seeing them done and in person, and it makes me so excited and so happy for what's to come. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next episode where I might be going back to my last project and adding in a nice little hat. Thank you so much for joining me. I had so much fun, and I hope you did too. And I'll see you next time. Bye! I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball. Don't stop me now. I can't get that song out of my head.